It is week 2 of the boot camp, and we are talking through the perfect funnel. And over the last couple of days, what we've done is unpacked the important elements of a funnel. Went through the value ladder, right, on the first day of this week. And then we had you unpack what type of funnel are you going to use. So yesterday we talked through the 5 different kind of main core funnels, right? And many of you commented below, here's the funnel that I'm going to be using. And now that we've got that sort of cemented, today what we're going to do on day 10 is we're going to talk about a little principle my high school football teacher used to say, keep it simple, stupid, okay? And I don't mean that to be demeaning. He kind of did, right? He kind of did. But he's working with a bunch of high school kids, so what can you expect? But he used to say, and he used to give the acronym KISS, right? And this is very common. Everybody uses this acronym, but KISS, keep it simple, stupid, or keep it simple, smart. Okay, so when he would say that, we in high school, let me give you a little bit of an analogy. We ran an offense on our football team that was just extremely simplified and dumbed down, right? And so what a lot of coaches would do is they would create this fancy offense that was confusing and not realize that they had 15 to 18-year-old kids who just barely had an attention span of focus beyond just, who am I going to take to the high school prom? Okay. So they would create this fancy offense and this fancy cute thing, right? And what our high school football coach did, and he's one of the best in the entire state. He's been given, he's been doing it for 45 years. He's been named Coach of the Year multiple times, won many championships, 5 plus championships. Anyway, long story short, this keep it simple, stupid mentality, what it does is it dumbs down everything into a super simple formula that even, kids or whatever can remember. Make it super easy. Kids who are new to football, haven't really been in football before, it allows them the headspace to compete with those who are a little bit more talented or more skilled or have more experience. Same thing is going to be true here in sales funnels. There's people out there with more experience than you who maybe are better at business management, better leadership, creating sales funnels, marketing, all that stuff. But what I'm going to unpack for you today is the most simple way to break down a sales funnel and keep it, and here's the word, congruent. Keep it congruent, okay? And I'm going to go through what exactly that means here in just a second, okay? So, congruence is the quality, this is just a dictionary.com definition, the quality or state of agreeing and corresponding. Okay, so what it means is that, let's apply this to sales funnels. In sales funnels, it's important that each of your pages or each stage is congruent in its messaging, okay? And I actually have a little clip here at the end of this video. I have a clip that's about 15 minutes long or so that I'm going to share with you, okay? And I'm going to walk you through the 4 different stages of a sales funnel, the ad, the capture page, the thank you bridge page, and then the final sales page. I'm going to walk you through how you can sort of reverse engineer how to create it in a way that's super congruent, okay? So don't try, like those other coaches I was just talking about, don't try to get overly cute and sexy with your sales funnels, okay? Being unique in your brand messaging is crucial, but it's different than being cute. Being cute will actually kill your business. So trying to get overly cute. What I mean by being unique is speaking with your own voice. Okay, speaking with your own voice and having a unique angle. But being cute, trying to get overly clickbaity, trying to get lots and lots of clicks because you're using headlines that you think are catchy and stand out and all this stuff while lacking in congruency. And here's what I mean by that. So I think I do need to quickly explain what exactly I mean by this. So if I have an ad right here and then I'm pointing that ad to a capture page or an opt-in page, same thing, okay? And then they're going on to, and let's just apply this to affiliate marketing. They're going on to a bridge page. Okay, we talked through this yesterday. All right. So what a lot of times people will do is they'll sit down for a day and they'll write an ad. Okay, they'll write an ad to go on Facebook or Google or whatever. Okay, and ooh, that was my day. That was a long day. Wrote my ad though. Got it done. All right, great. Well done. And then they'll come back 2 or 3 days later and write their capture page and the opt-in page. Okay, they'll write all the headlines and everything. Okay, whew, good job, got that done. All right, whew. All right, now we're on to the bridge page. Then 3 days later, they'll come down and sit down and write all this bridge page. And each of these pages turns out to be totally different. Totally different. They look different. They feel different. They're completely different. So what's the takeaway then? The takeaway is when you place a Facebook ad, and let's say I'm your ideal prospect, and I look at your Facebook ad, and I might get my eyeballs on it, and the headline says, free 7-day trial. Free 7-day trial. Okay, so I look at it and say, oh, okay, interesting. And then I get to your capture page. And the capture page says nothing about a free 7-day trial. It says, exclusive video. Discover how I use the one most simple tool in the world to build better opt-in pages, or whatever you want to say. But the lingo here doesn't say anything about a trial. Now you might be saying, well, that's stupid. Why would anybody do that? It happens all the time. Happens all the time. So the important piece is congruency, right? And if it says it here, and it says it here, like if I do get it right, and it says 7-day trial here, it says 7-day trial here on the opt-in page, it had better say 7-day trial here on the bridge page too. So that all of your messaging is extremely, extremely congruent. Hopefully that makes sense. So I want you to employ a straightforward approach that is concise, that is clear, concise, and to the point. Very simple. And I want you to just get it done, okay? I want you to take the approach here that we're just going to get this thing done, and it's going to be a clear, concise, and to the point approach. We're not going to get super fancy. Look, there's a day where you can get super fancy with your marketing. I'm not saying have bad design. I'm not saying don't be creative. What I'm saying is the main thing you need to focus on, and write this down, the main thing you need to focus on is making sure that your approach is clear. The messaging is clear. It's unmistakable what you're offering people. Okay? So we're going to do this, and I'm going to give you a little demo here right now of a simple 2-step sales funnel process. Now this process can be upgraded to include more elements, a checkout page, an upsell. Okay? What I'm going to share with you applies to all of these different things, but just to demonstrate the importance of congruency in advertising, I'm going to take a 2-step affiliate marketing funnel or a bridge page funnel and kind of give you a demo. This principle is, and I don't want you to miss this, is arguably the single most important principle, not just in sales funnels, but in all of advertising. And if I could go back, as I looked through hundreds and thousands of people's advertising, I have consulted with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, at this point maybe thousands of people's marketing. If I could go back and look through all of their advertising, all of their funnels, all of their websites, the main thing that I would be looking for isn't cute design, it isn't amazing graphics, none of that stuff. Is the messaging clear and compelling? Is it clear? Do I know what I'm going to be getting? And then if I click on this link, do I still know what I'm getting? And is it the same as what I clicked on? It's super important. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop you in to a video with me. It's about 15 minutes long, and we're going to walk through every single step of this entire process, and I'm going to unpack for you how conversion rates in sales funnels are impacted by congruency. And there's a reason we're doing this now as opposed to later, because a lot of people come back and evaluate this later and they have to recreate their entire funnel because they realize it's not congruent. Well, we're going to get that out of the way here first, so that moving forward, as we move forward, you're going to clearly be able to create your funnel for whatever you're offering, and with this principle of congruency in mind. Okay, so let's dive in, and make sure you pull out a pen and paper. If you don't have one right now, get a pen and paper out right now, because this is filled with tons of helpful nuggets, and this is probably going to be the key to your conversions more than anything else that you do online. We're going to talk specifically about ad congruency. And if you've heard of these things before, sales funnels, you're like, oh, I'm a little bit familiar, stick with me, because I think that this is going to be really helpful just in terms of understanding conversion rates, how things convert, and why maybe, this is a question I get all the time. I get this question, I'm getting a ton of leads, but I don't seem to be getting any buyers. Let me just provide maybe one possible solution, but it's usually the solution that most people need. And I'll kind of break down each stage of the funnel and where things can go wrong, because that's going to be really important for you, knowing what do I need to test, what do I need to change, how can I adjust some things, okay? So first of all, what we're going to do is we're just going to start out with these are 4 main pieces to a sales funnel. Really, if it's your own sales funnel, like let's say you have your own product, you can just have an ad, a capture page, and a sales page, right? You wouldn't need a thank you bridge page. But as an affiliate, we do need a thank you bridge page in the whole sequence, so that you can actually bridge the gap between you going out and placing an ad and the final sales page. So here's what I mean. The example I'm giving you, let's start at the beginning with your ad, okay? So we have your ad, we have a capture page, we have a thank you bridge page, and we have a final sales page. There are 4 steps people will go through for most affiliate type offers. Okay, so let's start, for instance, right here, right now, with the ad part of this. So when it comes to your ad, this can be a solo ad, right? Which is, as we have already learned, solo ad's an email ad. It can be a Facebook ad. It could be an Instagram ad. It could be Google. I mean, you name it, right? But whatever kind of ad it is, that's the starting place. That's the first place somebody hears of you. It could also be a banner ad. You know, there's lots of different ways to advertise. The example I'm going to use here is just a Facebook ad, because the rest of this training as well will kind of go through a little bit of Facebook advertising. Now, I just pulled this is from Ad Espresso. They're a pretty well-known company in terms of managing your Facebook ads, and how, you know, it's a tool to automate a lot of advanced features in Facebook ads. I'm not advertising for them or saying that you need them. I just pulled this off the internet as an example for an ad, okay? So I'm not going to get deep into all of the different elements of the ad, but I will just say this is kind of the starting place, the first ever message that someone will hear in your sales funnel, okay? That's the first contact point, okay? Now, in the whole of the sales funnel, let's go back here. From there, when they click on, let's say they click on this little sign up button, they're going to pop directly over to here, which is a capture page. This is also known as a squeeze page, lead capture page, an opt-in page. A lot of people call it different things. But generally, you're going to have your name and email field on this page for people to fill in, okay? And let's quickly jump over here so you can see that a little bit better. So on the capture page, generally you're going to have what's called a headline and a subheadline, and these are going to be just basic pages, okay? You can put all kinds of designs on this, you can put more info, all of this stuff, but typically the more you add, the lower your initial conversion rate will be. I'm not saying anything against doing that. Sometimes giving more information up front is helpful, but generally, if you want to just keep your opt-in rates pretty high, meaning the percentage of people who get their eyeballs on this page, and then who actually put their name and email address in here. If you want to keep that up, keep these very simple, straightforward, and to the point. Keep it simple, stupid. It's a that's a acronym, KISS, that my high school football coach used to always say. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Right? Don't overcomplicate things. Do what's worked. So this is the capture page, and then they're going to go, after they put their name and email into the capture page, they go over to a thank you bridge page. Now let me explain that page really briefly. The thank you bridge page typically has some sort of video on it. If you're not comfortable with video, you can always delete the video element and just put text in here. I would encourage you to put video. Video transcends. It connects with people, right? It gets into the unconscious people's brains. I would highly recommend video on a thank you bridge page. Now this is important because as people are going through our funnel, now just imagine this. Let's pop back over to this more 9,000 foot view. As people are going through our sales funnel, your ad is talking typically about you. You're giving a little bit of your story, a little bit about you and you know how this video changed your life, right? That's typically, I'm going to talk about that in later videos, but generally you're sharing your story, and the name of your Facebook page is usually your name. It's like Matt Helzel, or it's Lisa Anderson, or whatever it is. It's usually your name. And so the bridge page, the thank you bridge page is basically connecting, it's bridging. That's really all it's doing. So imagine a little drawbridge. I'm going to try to draw a drawbridge. Or just like a little, you know, I'm just going to try to draw a bridge. Just bear with me. My drawings, it's not my strong suit, but you get the point. So, okay. So a little bridge that people step across to get to this final sales page. The bridge page is super crucial because in the video, you're going to describe, hey, my name is Matt, and I'm so excited that you made it to this page. On the next page, you're going to see a video with a guy named Dave, and lo and behold, and I'll give you, for anybody who's watching this, I'll give you a script that you can kind of base your video off of, but this is where you really bridge the gap and show people and give people a little bit about, hey, here's what's coming. Right? Get ready for it. On the next page, you're going to see Dave. You're going to see this guy, Dave. Or whatever it is, even if it's not that, you know, maybe you're promoting ClickFunnels. I don't know. But, you know, generally people who are here are trying to run some traffic to legendary stuff. And so if you want to do it with ClickFunnels, if you want to go and do it with, you know, let's say you have an e-commerce product, you're selling something that you bought wholesale from Alibaba and you're selling it on a Shopify site. Like, it doesn't matter. What you need to do here on this bridge page is you need to give them a little context. Okay, hey, well done on taking action and clicking on my ad, reading my story. I'm really excited you're here. I love when people check out my videos. And here's what's coming next on the next page. You're going to see a video with Dave. I believe it could change your life. I truly believe that because it did that for me. And I want to share it with you today. So directly beneath this video, there's a little red button. See that red button beneath my video? Click that red button. You're going to be sent to the video immediately. And I can't wait for you to take action on what you learn and blah, blah, blah. So what you're doing is you're bridging the gap and providing a little context and just letting people know what's coming next and telling them what they need to do specifically. It's a leadership page. Okay, and then you have the final sales page. This is where the sales are obviously collected. This is where the whole sales pitch happens, right? Whether it's a 15, 20-minute video or whatever. Okay, so this is where typically someone else is, you know, doing the selling for you. Now, let's get back here because I want you to write this word down. It's one of the most important words in terms of sales funnels, and the word is congruency. It's something everyone gets wrong for some reason. I don't know why. But what I mean is that from your ad to your capture page, to your bridge page, to your final sales page, there must be congruency. And a lot of people say, well, I'm getting a bunch of leads, but they're not converting into sales. A lot of times that's because the messaging isn't congruent from start to finish, or you're fishing in the wrong hole. So you might be advertising to the wrong audience, to a non-buying audience, right? That's potential. Just might be fishing in the wrong pond, right? There's a million places online where you can fish in, and maybe there's a bunch of buying fish in pond number 4 here, but you're fishing over here in pond number 1. See what I mean? Right? The buyers might be over here and you're 500 miles away fishing in a different pond, in a different state, in a different country, right? So that's one thing. But then one constant thing that I see is when people tell their story in a Facebook ad, this is a lot of times why people think Facebook ads don't work, is the language they're using is so disconnected from what's being educated on or told or pitched in the final sales video. So what I tell people to do, this is super ninja, is hey, why don't you actually go watch the sales video or from the funnel you're trying to promote? Go watch that video, and in the first 1 to 2 minutes, even in the first 30 seconds, actually on a piece of paper write down what are some key words and phrases that jump out to you and stand out to you. And then reverse engineer and come back and put it inside of your ad copy, right? Wouldn't that like just completely change the game? Because now people who click and sign up and become a lead for you and go through the bridge video and go through that whole process, they initially clicked because they liked some part about what's actually going to be in the sales video. That's called a buyer as opposed to a lead. Everybody is crazy about lead, build my list, build my list, build my list. But I want to focus more towards people who are going to be preconditioned to buy, and that's what we can do if we keep our sales funnel congruent. So that what does this practically mean? It means that when you go and let's say you create a Facebook ad or an email solo ad, and you create or edit the capture page, and you create a bridge video, which I'm going to encourage you to do, and we have an example of one of these that you can use. But when you go and create all of that, you should be embedding little nuggets from the final sales pitch, from the final sales video into every single step of the funnel, so that by the time they get to this final sales page, there's no confusion. When they sit down to watch that video, they're saying, yep, this is exactly what I signed up for. This is exactly what I thought was coming. Rather than clickbaiting a bunch of people into, you know, your story and figuring this all, how to start an online business, whatever, and the messaging, the words, and the overall message isn't what's over here. And then you have, what do you have? The story of so many internet marketers, which is 500 leads and no buyers. I have a huge list of leads, but I don't have any buyers, right? So mastering each stage of these of a sales funnel is super crucial, because it'll change your conversion rates. And one final note on a sales funnel, just to kind of wrap this up. What you'll find if you're able to do this well is that your conversion rates will go up. And here's what I mean by that. Your conversion rates are the percentage of, let's say, people who see your ad and click on it. So people who click on your ad, click the sign up button, and get to the capture page. So person comes to your capture page and they look at it, and then they enter their name and email. Let's say that that's 25%, right? 25% of people. Of all people who come to this page, 1 out of every 4 of them opt in, okay? And then let's say once you get to the thank you bridge page, let's say 50% click the button to watch the video, okay? And then of those people, let's just say 5% of those buy. Now, people start to get through this whole process and they don't realize sometimes
if your conversion rates aren't performing well, I mean, 500 people could come through here and not a single one could buy, right? Why aren't people buying? Well, if you fix the congruent message, and it's actually good marketing, right? You have to be a good marketer, and that can sometimes take time, but congruency throughout the whole sales funnel, all right, can up all of these numbers just based on what people are actually looking for. That's why a lot of times when I'm coaching people, I tell people, hey, this free video right here, this headline should be identical to the headline of your ad, right? And even very close to the first sentence, right? My strategy for this is I usually take my first sentence from my ad and make it my subheadline, and I match the headline verbatim. That way, if somebody just reads the first sentence or two of my ad and click sign up, they're going to see this. And then if they see my headline and click sign up, they're going to see it in the headline, right? So it's just a stepping stone. There's really nothing super creative or tricky or ninja about it. It's actually just keeping it very simple, because what they clicked on in this ad is, what they clicked on in this ad is exactly what they're looking for on the capture page. And then lo and behold, guess what? When they get through to here, what am I going to say in my video? I want to say something like, here's what I want to share with you. I want to share with you exactly how our team can help you personally launch an online business together, right? I want to be saying that phrase. I want to say that phrase exactly in my video in the first 10 to 15 seconds. Why? Because it's going to create congruency, and they're going to say, yes, I just read that. That is why I'm here. I remember now. So this congruency changes the game. It'll change your conversion rates, and ultimately, if you can do it well, what it does is it helps your odds of somebody getting on this initial ad and making it all the way here and saying, yep, here's my little credit card, here's my money, good job on your advertising. So that's kind of the backstory of congruency. Master marketers know it, implement it, and just do it with everything they do like it's the back of their hand, and you need to learn how to master that as well.